Hey, good evening. This is Gage with Fresh Fire Encounters and House of Freedom. Just wanted to hop on here tonight and say good evening. It is good to be back in the United States of America. As you know, many of you know, our team has been in Zambia, Africa, ministering there in the Pilgrim Wesleyan Church with the local people there in Zambia. Wonderful, wonderful people. We were in Africa for about, I guess we were gone for about 2 weeks. And so that's why there's been no live streams like this during that time because we've been traveling around the world. So yeah, we had an awesome time with Pilgrim Wesleyan Church. That is a church that God established us with. Um, I want to say little over 2 years ago now. I met the overseer there. His name is Pastor Tom, and he's sort of a bishop or an overseer there. Really, in all honesty, he's involved in the apostolic ministry. The locals there call him Pastor Tom. I do see him as doing the work of an apostle. And so, Apostle Tom, I have much respect for you, sir, and the work that you're doing there in Livingstone. So, very grateful for you and for your ministry, sir. Thank you very much for having our team and being so welcoming of us, and just basically taking us in with open arms and allowing us to minister in your churches. We appreciate that so much. And man, God really moved in a powerful way. God used us to meet the needs of a few different places while we were there. God sort of put the seed in our hand and allowed us to go and to sow into those ministries, and so we're thankful for that. When I came to Pastor Tom and I let him know the amount of funds that we had brought for him in the church, he about nearly fell over. Because it's a crazy God story how that happened. I came and I met Tom, and I said, Tom, this is what the Lord has given me to be able to sow into your ministry for this trip. And it happened to be 14,000 kwacha. And in Zambia, that's the local currency there is kwacha, and it equates to about 750 US dollars, which came through various means of donations and also Christmas tree sales from this past year. We were able to put that money towards Africa and to bless the church. And Tom said, "You're not going to believe this." He said, "That's the exact budget that we put before the Lord as an eldership. We put that money before the Lord, and we said, God, this is the budget that we have to fit." To finish the pastor's cottage, excuse me, to finish the pastor's cottage there on site. So they had been building a pastor's cottage with the money that we brought last year to them. They began to build this pastor's cottage out, and the only thing that they lacked really was the electrical. And to get it wired up was going to cost 14,000 kwacha and or 750 US dollars. Tom was saying that there was an opportunity for the church to purchase some land and expand the children's ministry there off the backside, the north side of the property. And he said him and the elders there struggled with this because they said they needed that money that would be used to buy the land. They needed that money to finish the pastor's cottage there on site, and they just really feel led like they were supposed to buy the land. And so he took 15,000 kwacha out of the church fund to purchase this land to expand the children's ministry. And while that was great, Tom said there still was this burden on them because they had to, they basically just used all the money that they had budgeted for the pastor's cottage. And so they came together, they gathered themselves and said, we're just going to believe God to provide this money. And here come some American missionaries, some sons of God that had been sent from the United States of America as a way to meet that need. And so I just want to thank anyone that gave to that trip. I'm not sure if any of you that are watching tonight, if you did, but if you did, thanks so much. And we'll be going back to Africa again next year, and you can give money towards that now, even in the different and various projects that we have going on there. We are partnered with Pilgrim Wesleyan Church, Lubasi Home, and Lashomo Home. Those are two orphanages there in town. And so we equally gave Labasi and Lashomo 14,000 kwacha as well, 750 US. The founder and the owner reached out to our ministry and let us know that that amount of money was going to feed 75 orphans for a month, for an entire month. And so why am I sharing that? I'm sharing that so you know, A, where the money's gone that people have donated, and then B, as well, I'm sharing that to ask you to partner your faith with us, that God would desire to do more there in Africa. And my prayer is that God would allow me to be the biggest blessing in Zambia, Africa, that I can possibly be. So God, that's the prayer. Lord, allow me to be the biggest blessing that I can be to Zambia, Africa. That's the prayer that I have. Somebody would say, "Well, what's your mission in Africa? What's your mission statement? What are you guys doing there?" That's my mission. God, allow me to be the biggest blessing that I can be to Zambia, Africa. Help me to preach the gospel. Help me to preach the gospel not only in word, but also in demonstration and power. God, put funds in my bank account, my ministry account, that I can withdraw and take with me overseas, that I can invest as seed in the land. Hello? Come on, somebody. We need to have some seed sown into the ground. If we are going somewhere to minister, let us not minister in words alone, but also in demonstration. And that's not only supernatural works of God. That's also, let me demonstrate the power of what I'm preaching by sowing into the areas in which God has called me to preach. You see, in America, we're always looking to be paid to preach, but that doesn't happen in Africa. You don't go into a ministry in Africa to preach and expect to be paid. You actually are the conduit of the blessing for that ministry. So you go into it. I go into it knowing I'm going to give as much money as I possibly can into these ministries that I trust, not any ministry, but these ministries that I trust and that I know that they are upright and dealing with things properly. I'm going to sow money and seed into those ministries because we will see a great harvest come out of that. So over $2,000 US was invested into the Zambian mission field, and we praise God for that. We thank the Lord for it. I thank God that He allows us to have seed in the ground, that I can sit here at home in the USA and not be concerned at all for the ministry in Zambia, because I know that I have sown seed into the ground in Zambia. And so I thank God for that, and just so thankful. I had a wonderful team that went with me. We had Mike Mesnard from House of Freedom. We had Rainey Brannick from House of Freedom. We had Mark Scarborough, my spiritual dad and mentor, who went with me from Patriot Church. We had Valencia Peters, wife of Ken Peters from Patriot Church, Lenoir City, Tennessee. We had Miss Rhonda come with us from Lenoir City, Tennessee, Patriot Church as well. We had Alan Russell from New Life out in Roane County, Tennessee. He came with us. And we also had two Zambians that met us there on the ground, Gilbert Mwewa, Gilbert Simpamba, Mwewa Mwila, and thank God for them. Also, Miss Beatrice was a part of our team there. Beatrice, she's a local Zambian as well. We had Mama Hilda. She was able to meet us from Lusaka. That's also in Zambia. Um, we had Ada Yowella, who joined us as well on the team on the ground. We had Miss Nellie join us. That's Mwewa's wife and mother of his child. She met us there as well. And so we had an amazing team made up of a mixture of Americans and Zambians together. Guys, it was a fantastic success. This mission was the most successful mission that I have ever been a part of. I've been on four mission trips. All four trips have been to Zambia, Africa. It's just a place that God's called me to be. Been there 3 times in the last year and a half, and that's no short trip around this rock that we call Earth. That's a pretty far shot to fly. It takes about 30 hours to get there, and so just want to thank those that gave and give an update and say we are back. We're back in the States. We had service at House of Freedom on Sunday night. Many of you watched that online. You saw the debriefing of the mission of Alpha Team 6 or Alpha Team 7. Splashdown confirmed. We made it all the way back, and we were able to testify in church on Sunday night of the goodness of God and the glory of God, how he manifested himself there in Africa, and we're so thankful for that. Anyways, enough about Africa, although I'm still buzzing about that. It was just a great trip, man. I'm so thankful for that. House of Freedom. This coming weekend, I wanted to invite you guys to come out and join us at House of Freedom. We're going to be having our Sunday night service at 6:30 p.m. I would ask that you guys get there. I am going to be launching soon. I don't know if it'll be this week or not. How about this? How about I make an announcement a little bit later in the week as to whether it's going to be this week or next week. But I did want to go ahead and let you guys know we're going to be establishing something called equipping rooms. Equipping rooms. That's equipping rooms at House of Freedom. And what that is going to be is 30 to 45 minutes before service begins, we're going to have a small class downstairs at House of Freedom. And it's going to be, each week is going to be different in the sense that we're going to be discussing one of the 5 office giftings in Ephesians 4. Each week we'll be discussing one. And so the first week is going to be prophetic equipping. And so it's going to be a time not only to learn about the prophetic, but also to engage in practicing the prophetic on one another. So very fun stuff. It's more so the idea about this is, yes, it's teaching, but it's also observation. It's observation. It's observational. It's also teaching. It's functional. It's walking alongside the people that you're talking to and teaching and watching them begin to practice the things that you're teaching them. And so one week will be a prophetic equipping room. The next week will be an apostolic equipping room. The week after that, we've got the apostles and the prophets, the evangelists, the evangelical equipping room, the pastoral equipping room, and the teaching equipping room. And so we've got the apostle, the prophet, the evangelist, the pastor, and the teacher. All 5 giftings will be touched on. It will be somebody else each week teaching, not the same person every week. It'll be somebody else that is going to be on a sort of an alternating schedule. And yeah, so that's the cat's out of the bag on that one. We will be starting that soon. The equipping rooms, I don't know if it'll be this week. It may be too rushed to be this week, but I'm going to try. If it's decent and in order to have it this week, then I will. If we need to wait a week or two, then we'll do that. But those will be starting at 5:30 p.m. at House of Freedom on Sunday nights. So yeah, very excited about that. I wanted to invite you guys to come and be a part of that. It's very, very, very exciting because it's not only talking about something, but it's also doing the thing that you are talking about, not only teaching with words, but also in demonstration and with power. So yeah, so that'll be good. I'm not going to stay on here too much longer tonight. I simply wanted to hop on and hit some of those points of let you guys know we're back in the States, all is well. House of Freedom is full throttle. We are going, you know, pedal to the metal there, loving Jesus, loving each other, and having a community of believers there that believe the Bible as far as what God says in His Word as being for today. The five office giftings being in full effect, the gifts of the Spirit also being in full. Being at our full disposal to be able to use for the equipping of the saints, for the work of ministry, and also for the ministry of the body of Christ, for the profit of all. So we're excited about what God's doing here, and we are excited about those that join us each week. Such a sweet spirit in that place. Everybody genuinely cares, I feel like. Cares about what's going on with you, what you're dealing with, and how the family is, et cetera, et cetera. Um, Looking forward to seeing you guys this weekend. God bless every single one of you. I appreciate you for watching tonight. And like I said, starting soon, we'll have the equipping rooms going on at House of Freedom. And I'm very excited about that, and would love to have you guys come out and visit and participate. So, yep. God bless you guys. Thanks so much, and have a great night.